Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuned in from. It is amazing to see you today and I can't wait to share. I am so happy to see you. So happy to be sharing this half hour with you, and I hope I will be delivering a lot to you. So, just to remind you, I am looking at actually three screens because finally I was able to start going live from my page, iLead. And at the end, I'll remind you what iLead actually stands for. Good morning, Mike. Good to see you come in. And I hope that you will stay with me. A lot is coming up. Today, we're talking about self love. We're talking about this love for ourselves. Three things. First, we're recapping from Monday, like what's actually the reality. Let's be right. And then we actually can't see the blessing in disguise. And the third thing is tips. Hopefully, some of the ones I shared on Monday you followed, and I'm gonna give you more today to finish. So, self-love, loving ourselves. What does that mean? Hello, Stefan. Good to see you joining. Loving ourselves, meaning accepting ourselves the way we are, regardless, not for a reason, not because of, just because who we are. Good morning. I can see you all come in. That's amazing. I am so happy to see you. Brent, Hawas, everyone, thank you for joining. We're going to have a lot of great things today. And we're talking again about self love. And that's the recap from Monday. And hopefully, those who were with us and were listening, that you got some tips to use this week. And I would love to hear from you how your week went. So, how was it? Did you follow my advice? Did you do some of the things I proposed? Sorry, I'm doing some little admin stuff. Yeah. So, did you follow the advice that I give you? I gave you a few tips on how to actually live self love so that you can achieve and you can actually achieve a higher potential because love is one ingredient for success. Okay, so what did we say? Our reality, yes, there's a lot of things going wrong in our life, right? We're not happy with we're not happy how things are going. That's number one. We feel something that's not letting us achieve this highest potential, right? And I was one of those. I was one of those who always said that life does not actually treat me well because I never achieved the highest thing. So back in school, I was not the first. At university, I did not achieve that highest distinction. So I felt that life was unfair, that I could not really reach the highest. That's number two. Number three, we might be poor. Poor either we feel emotionally poor, we don't have love enough in our life. And if you remember, last week our topic was unconditional love. So some of us, we're not lucky enough to have experienced unconditional love in our life, unfortunately, because that's one very essential and very important thing to experience in our life so that we can actually function properly. Many of or much of the hate around us or people that are suffering, where does it come from? It actually comes from the fact they haven't experienced real unconditional love, unfortunately. So what can we do? How can we solve it? Let's continue with some more examples that I want to share with you before we reach like how we can solve it. So for example, you're physically impaired, you have some kind of things that's stopping you, or you have some deformity. All of these things, people have actually lived it. There are people that were there. You will say, but they are not me. I understand. I can hear you. Nobody is you, and nobody has experienced exactly what you are going through because you are unique. Actually, Even in your sufferings, even in the things that you're going through, you are unique. I'm sorry, I seem distracted. I'm done. I wanted to do something and it's done, just to make sure that everything is going right here and that I am fully now concentrating with you. So let me give you the examples. Some of them I'll remind you, some of them are new, for especially those that are listening the first time today. And so we're talking about self-love. I'll give you the first example. A guy named Brian. He is blind, totally blind. He became blind at the age of 14, the beginning of his teenage years. But because he had someone support him, and that was Daniel Kish, he was able to learn how to see beyond his blindness. Okay? If he can see beyond his blindness, then he was able to actually bike and become the number one mountain biker, uh, despite his blindness. Hello, Sami, how are you? Great to see you come in. Then we had Mandy Harvey. For those of you who love Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent, she's someone who's deaf, became deaf at 18 years of age. Imagine. Despite this, she still composes and she still sings because she loves herself. She believes in her talent, of course, with some help from around. And so she was able to achieve her highest potential, go out there, win a golden buzzer in America's Got Talent. That's a show I always follow. I love it because it inspires me a lot. There are so many. I love to listen to the stories behind each performer, each artist. I remember one of them was a little boy who played the violin, and he had cancer. He was bullied so strongly during his little years, but he learned to play the violin, and it was his escape. But because he knew that he had a gift, he learned to love himself with the support of his mother too. Then he actually was brilliant on stage and got also the golden buzzer. Hello, Ikram. Thank you for always saying hi. And remember, I invite you to give me your proposed topics that you would like to talk about. I'm a life coach, I'm a brain coach. I help people overcome their learning limitation and their emotional and mental blocks. Let's continue. So we spoke about Brian, we spoke about Mandy. There's a girl called Lizzie Velasquez, and she's so deformed, God bless her. And she got so bullied, but she didn't stop here because she knew she had internal love. She had so much inside. She learned how to love herself. And this allowed her to overcome this. Hi, Illumi. I'll talk all about myself next week. Next week, the lives will be all about my journey. So tune in and you know all about me. And so Lizzie, she didn't stop at how deformed her face was, but actually she believed in herself that she had a gift. And that gift, hello, someone very special just logged in, and that's my mother. Wow, how stressful that is now. I love you. I'm happy that you are listening in. So, Lizzie Velasquez, she's number one bullying campaigner, and she goes live. Her looks doesn't stop her from going out there because she loved herself and she knew she had a lot of self-love. She knew how to look beyond. And so I'm trying to give you examples from all walks of life: blindness, deafness, deformation, accident leaving you paralyzed, like Dr. Joe Dispenza, but he was able to trust in himself, in what he knows, and love himself, and know that he is worthy more than his challenge. And he was able to walk again because he healed himself. And he is the scientist who now gave me all this understanding for me to now share it with you and hopefully inspire you to go beyond whatever your circumstances are, because your circumstances do not define you. And something new that you need to really laser focus on: where your focus is, there your attention goes, and that's the direction that your life will take. Yeah, I repeat so that it falls very clearly. Where your focus is, that's where your heart is. And where emotions are, that's what we create in our life. So if I focus on my lack, I will have more lack. If I focus on the hurt, I will experience more hurt. But if I focus on my gifts, on love, I'll start receiving more, I'll start experiencing more. And that's not just textbook words. These are real experiences proven by science. They are scientific data. That's why I keep talking about Dr. Joe Dispenza. Finally, someone joined miracles, joined personal ability, joined brain power into scientific data, something that was proved, actually. So until now, we spoke about the reality. I have my feet on the ground. Okay, I know that in reality there's so much hate, there's so much discord, there's so much fight, battles, wars, a lot. There's really not much love, and that's what we need. We don't feel enough. We struggle with our confidence. We are poor. We are deformed. We're physically impaired. There is a lot out there. But why it is there? Because of the lack of love. Because we're not showing love enough. Remember last week? Unconditional love. And because we're not loving ourselves. Hi, Kareem. I am great. Thank you for your intervention. I'll tell you more about me at the end and next week. So keep tuning in. So we spoke about the reality. Then we spoke about what we actually can see, which is a blessing in disguise. What we are going through, yes, it might not be something to celebrate, okay? But in some way, it is a reason to celebrate what it will make us become, how we will change into a better person, into a newer version, into an upgraded version, the upgraded version that we need so that we can achieve the new level in our life. All our challenges are actually a blessing in disguise. Why a blessing in disguise? Because like coal, with pressure and heat becomes diamond, we become diamonds with all the pressure and heat that we encounter if we learn how to use it and not let it use us. Yes, Jesus Christ loves us all. Thank you very much for your comment. Never forget this. So yes, learn to use what we're receiving. If we learn to benefit, to look on the other side of the coin, the flip side of the coin, why we're going through what we're going, then we will learn to change those experiences into actual diamonds in our lives, into actual blessings, because they will help us upgrade, they will help us move to the next level, become better. Remember, if you try to solve a problem with the same thinking that caught you in it, what are your chances to solve your problem? Anyone? Zero. If you want to solve your problem, you have to look at the problem with a new mindset, with a new thinking, with new perspective. That's only how you can really overcome the problem that you are in, solve it, grow from it. Okay, so remember, we all know, we are all, let's be real, life is not rosy. It has a lot of challenges. The beauty is in its challenges. What we can't see are the blessings in disguise that we need to open our eyes better so we can actually understand why did I reach where I reached? Why am I going through this? So the better question that actually shows self-love is not why me, remember last week or the week before actually, Why not me? Challenges help us move to the next level. And if all our life was all about challenges, still, maybe because we're not practicing self love. And that's what we need now to do so that we can move on, so we can get out of this misery we are in, move out the rock bottom that we reached 3 times, remember? You need to have a shift of mindset. You need to think in a different way. See your problem with a different eye, because if you see it with the same eye, with the same mindset that got you in it, what are our chances? Let's repeat together. 0. No. So, what to do to start actually experiencing self love? What to do to start loving ourselves for who we actually are? Number one, which also I keep repeating because it's a it's a magic ingredient. Number one, it's actually, can someone help me? Do you remember? What's the one thing that I always remind you to do so that you can improve your self-image, experience self-love, be able to give unconditional love? Anyone? No? It's actually experiencing or actually thankful for what we already have. There are so many things we are, and we have to be thankful for. Yes, how are you? Clues. Sorry if I didn't. Well, these are not your names. So thank you very much. I love your interaction and how interested you are in what we are sharing together. So attitude of gratitude. That's the first very important thing. Every morning, remember, I have my journal. Too bad it's not with me now. I have my journal. Every morning, I come to my journal and I write 5 things I'm grateful for. And since I actually started this habit, I am having even more and more things to actually be grateful for. I am blessed to have gotten the courage to actually now come live and share my experiences, because my calling, my passion is to help others overcome their limitations, overcome their mental emotional blocks, and help you see that you have so much love, so much amazing things, so much potential that is still untapped. And we're still hiding behind our problems, life is too hard or whatever. No, it's not. You have so much in you that you can actually give, that you can actually go beyond. All right? You have to remind yourself that I am not my past. I am not what happened to me. Let that sink. I am not my past. I'm happy that you can understand what we're talking about. I'm not my past, and I don't want to stress about it because that will give me anxiety. I just live my present and see what I have, and what I have is amazing. Everything you need is already actually inside you, whether you believe it, whether you admit it or not. You actually have everything you need already in you. The level you have achieved now in your life, that's exactly what you need to get you through the next level. But if you are in the midst of a challenge, look at it from a point of view of a lesson. What can I learn from it? If you look on what can I learn from it, then it will help you get to the next step. Level up so that now you are more ready to what's coming your way. Okay? Now, remember, today, tell yourself, so number 2, everything I need is already in me. And number 3, every morning is a chance for me to achieve more. Start your day by saying, today is going to be a great day. I'm doing it every single day. And you cannot believe how things are changing for me. And I want it for you. It's quite, I would love to understand what you mean by, to understand what you mean by I'll never know what's coming. If if there's no understatement under it, well, yes, you'll never know what's coming, because that's actually the beauty of life. Because if we knew what's coming up, then with like there's no surprise factor, the good and the bad. It's good that we don't know actually what's happening, so we can trust ourselves, we can love ourselves, and know that whatever comes, we will be able to handle it. So today, you have to say, I move with purpose, not permission. You don't need the permission of anyone to be able to start moving. Okay? Sorry, I sometimes I focus on what's being written, or all the time, because your comments are very important to me. And some of them, they grab my attention very deeply. You'll never know until it hits you. Yes, but if you're someone who's loving yourself, who's confident, and who knows that you already have everything you need, no matter what hits you, you'll be ready for it. And you will welcome it to learn this, so that you can avoid anything bad. And if it's something good, then you'll be ready to celebrate. That's our problem. We are afraid of what's coming because it's unknown. Well, yes, it's unknown. No one knows what's going to happen. But when we love ourselves, when we equip ourselves, when we learn the lessons from whatever we're going through, then we're always ready for no matter what comes. And if it's something hard, then it will shape us to become the diamond we need to become, so that we're ready for the higher level. Remember, a baby, when they're born, they don't know how to eat, how to walk, and everything that's coming their way, they're not ready for it, right? But hey, you were a baby, no matter who is listening or with me now. You were at some point a baby. That's how that's life. And at some point, you didn't know anything about life. You didn't know how to walk. You didn't know how to talk. You didn't know how to eat. Someone taught you. Someone helped you. You learned some of them. And every time you learn a new thing, you were able to go up a level. Like, for example, I think of my little daughters, the little one, the 3-year-old one. I tell her that not at this age, for example, you're not being able to play on the tablet, because that's not for you. But once you become, let's say, 8, like your older sister, maybe you'll be able, because you can do it. So at each age, and for you to achieve there, you have to do some learning on the way. And when you do this learning, then you become now ready for the next level. Or when you're an employee in a company, okay? As an employee in a company, you start at the bottom level. Let me give you an example I know so well about, because of my father, who is in the hotel management industry. When you go into a hotel, like as a work, you start like at the reception. And if you're in a restaurant, you start as a waiter. You don't start as a restaurant manager, because there's experience. Regardless of what your diplomas and certificates are, you will start as a waiter, because yes, textbooks are amazing, we learn a lot of things, but experience, nothing beats experience. That's what you need to think about. Everything that's happening to you, don't say it's happening to me. It's happening for me, to give me the experience I need to upgrade to the next level. That's loving yourself, because you know that's what's happening for you is not something that's against you, it's something to teach you. Okay? It's something to help you upgrade. Yes, even with a PhD, but it depends. You cannot generalize. Never generalize. We are beings that love to generalize just for the sake of sometimes proving someone wrong, or just making the comment. Please, let's not overgeneralize. If you have a PhD, then your entry level is higher. But your PhD only gets you at the entry level of that higher level. Like, for example, researchers, like my friends who did their PhDs. Okay, they started as normal researchers in certain labs, and some of them, with the right ingredients, with the right effort, with the right learning, they were able to upgrade and probably become head researcher or lead a whole research Like, for example, the Jan Azam that I told you about 2 weeks ago. Okay? When you learn, thank you. I'm not optimistic. I learned to see what's happening to me as a blessing. That's different from just being optimistic, because optimists can sometimes just be hit very hard and then like, oh, my optimism helped me. Just being optimistic is not enough. But believing that everything that happens for a reason, because you love yourself and you know you're worthy, that's what you need. So let's go back and make sure that we take everything we need from the topic of this week to love yourself, express gratitude, because when you're thankful, you know that you're deserving. When you know that you're so special because of what you have, then you know that you're someone special, you love yourself better. I hope some of you, those who listened on Monday or who listened to the playback on that you can reach on YouTube or on my Facebook page, I hope that you did the morning and the evening practice. The morning, when you start, this is going to be an amazing day. I am capable, I am ready. And then in the evening, I love you, fill in the blanks, I love you, Lara. I'm so proud of you because something that was remarkable or just the little win that you had. So these are the two things. So that's number 2 that you can do to increase self-love. Look at what you are focusing on. Where your focus is, that's where your life goes. You're focusing on the bad, your life will go the wrong way. You're focusing on despair, you'll only be desperate. You're focusing on love, you'll start seeing love around you. You're focusing on opportunities, on I can, then you start seeing the opportunities yet you need. And this is not textbook. This is not knowledge only, this is experience. Okay? Your self-talk matters a lot. How you talk to yourself. I can never do anything. I am so unlucky. I never win anything. More problem than not, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will not achieve. You will not grow bigger. You will not win anything. I that about myself until I decided to change my language. And I started saying, I'm worthy. Love. I have a lot of it. Thankful enough. Money will start flowing effortlessly, and actually, it is bit by bit starting. Thankfully, maybe not in like material, but in opportunities, in possibilities, in reach. It's a mindset. Yes, it's a mindset. The way you talk to yourself is actually dictated by your mindset. The way what you focus on is dictated by your mindset. Whatever your mind is, then your emotions are, because thought lead to emotions, emotion lead to expression. If we're talking about science, expression of genes, expression of whatever you throw to your life, it comes back at you. And these are proven things by science, by life experiences, by people who were actually there. Thank you, everyone. These were amazing half hour with you. I will very quickly recap, then I'll finish with just introducing again myself and telling you next week what we will be talking about. So, recap. Our reality, yes, I am real. Never been more real than now. What's the meaning of life? I'll get back to you. Reality, everything is now happening not the way we want, probably. There's a lot of hate, there are a lot of wars, there's a lot of discord, killing, whatever, because there's lack of love, lack of self-love, and lack of the other, for the other. But if we start loving ourselves, and if you find it hard, don't give up. Ask for my help. That's something I can help you a lot with. If you're not able to love yourself, most probably it's because of your past traumas. things that you went through in life, or because you didn't experience real unconditional love in your life. That's reality. We think we're not enough. We think we're poor, either by emotions or by or financially. We think we're physically impaired. We have deformity. Yes, these are all true. Bonjour. I speak also French. Yeah, this is reality. But what we cannot see is that our challenges are actually blessings in disguise. How? If we learn to look at them as an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to change, an opportunity to upgrade, to become a better version of myself, to achieve my highest potential, because pressure and heat make coal into diamond. So I am meant to become the diamond. How? By accepting what's coming my way and transforming it into a blessing that will teach me a lesson that I needed to learn. Because when I look at my problems or look at my life with a certain thinking, and I try to solve it and get over the things with the same thinking, nothing. I cannot achieve anything. I need to upgrade. I need to learn from my challenges. I need to become the better version that is required to achieve the higher level. Number 3, how can we increase our self-love? By showing gratitude. Attitude of gratitude is amazing because it helps us actually see that we have so much in our life. Number 2, you are not your past, no matter how ugly or nice or whatever your past was. I know people that had very ugly past and now they're amazing, but I also know people that had amazing pasts, but now they are not happy, the least to say. Then everything you need, you already have. It's inside your head. You just need to believe and trust. And number 5, decide to move with purpose and don't wait for permission. Not when I will feel enough love, then I'll have the right to do something. Or not when they will say, okay, or I will get their appreciation, I will be able. Don't wait for permission from anyone. You already have what you need. You just need to invest in it and use it. And finally, your focus and your self-talk. Where you put your focus, that's where your life will go. How you talk to yourself will affect how you function in life. Not attract opportunities if you keep saying, I'm not worthy, right? Every action, a reaction. You cannot attract love if you keep saying that I'm not worthy of love. And you will not be able to give love. What you want, start giving from. If you want opportunities, start helping others reach where they want. So you're giving them the opportunity to achieve or to be or to do. Then you start receiving in return. Love yourself because you are already an amazing being. You are created in the image of the God or Creator. You are someone who has so much brain power. Amazing that brain that you have. I wish everyone would know actually how powerful it is and how great things are possible just if we invest in what we have. By the way, I'm Lara Ghani Makhnaisar. I am Lebanese, proud of being Lebanese because we're very warm people. We come from the Mediterranean. I'm living in the UK. That's where I work. That's where I am. I started my own business. It's called iLead. iLead is to love. The I is AIE, which is a Chinese word for love. Love to lead, learn, experience, achieve, and develop. Because by learning and experiencing what we learn, we achieve a higher potential, which help us develop into the better version. And I am here to help you and help myself learn a lot so that we can start experiencing what we learn. That's why there's a Monday booster and there's a Friday recap. Because when we learn, when we experience, then we achieve. And by achieving, we develop to our new selves. I didn't understand your comment. That's easy. If you're not in someone puppet board, can you explain more? I would love to help you with this. And remember, I am reachable through social media by direct messaging. I'm on Facebook under I Lead. I have a page called I Lead, or you can find me Lara Ghani Mekhnaiser. And I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, and on TikTok. I would love to answer your questions, to help you overcome your challenges. I'm a brain trainer. I can help learners from 5 years of age to 20 years of age to learn better, to increase their ability, increase their IQ, if you want to call it this way. And also, I'm a life coach. I help people overcome their mental and emotional blocks. And I would love to serve you, and I would love to help you achieve your highest potential. This was our Friday recap about self-love. Keep loving yourself. Give unconditionally. Always ask, why not me? Because that's the only way that you actually can upgrade and achieve what you're looking for. And I cannot wait to see you next week, where I talk more about experiences and more the purpose, the focus, how they help me reach where I am and serve you today the way I am. I want to wish you a lovely weekend, and I cannot wait to see you on Monday. And don't forget, follow me, like my videos so that you can get more of them and we can together achieve more. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.